What up YouTube, it's Kilo. So I'm going to be talking about some of the equipment that I picked up over the last year that I'm excited about using for this upcoming year. The Canon R6 is the body that I use. Currently I am using the 85 1.2 lens on it. It's my favorite pair up with the R6. If I have any opportunity to use it, I'm going to use that 85 1.2. The kit did come with the 24 to 105 lens. It's the f4 lens. It's a really good lens as well because it's the L series, but between the two, I'm always going to try to keep that 85 because 1.2, man, if you're in the photography or videography, you know what that is, and that's going to be epic. Typically at shows, when I get to a show, I try to shoot the cars first with my camera. So I'm going to have my camera body and this 85mm on there. I'm going to get pictures of them pulling up, and then occasionally I will use my GoPro. My GoPro is a GoPro 10 with the Volta grip on it. Typically I'll charge one battery here, and this has a built-in battery as well that I'll charge, and I'll be able to get one full show day out of it without having to charge it, and that's excellent because the worst thing to do is having to swap between batteries. The only issue that I would have to say about this is it does overheat occasionally, but typically I'll try to grab small snippets, and that's why if you notice my videos, they tend to be a lot of jump cuts, and that's because I try to shoot only what's necessary and not overshoot a lot of unnecessary footage. I do have a 400 gigabyte SD card in here, and that's typically what I try to shoot on. I've never had any issues. I use the scan disc. It's like a V3 Extreme Pro. I have two of them in my Canon R6. I have one in my GoPro. I have one in my DJI Mini 3, and I have one in my DJI Mini 3 controller. So I mean, they're at Costco, they're plentiful, and we just pick those up when possible. I'm excited to use my DJI Ronin RS3 Pro. It's my first gimbal that I've ever used. I've practiced it a lot with it recently, and I've only had it for less than a month. I have it paired with a Ninja V. It's a pretty good screen that I'm going to be able to use with the camera, so I could have everything kind of come together a little bit more smoother. It should give me a little bit more of a cinematic type feel to some of my footage. I don't know if I'm going to use it the whole time because when I'm shooting on a Canon versus a GoPro, the battery life of my Canon is going to go a lot faster, so I'm going to have to figure out how to fit that in and see how that goes. I have the DJI Mini 3 Pro, as I mentioned, and that's my drone setup. I love this drone setup. It's small, it always fits inside of my backpack. I've taken it to Italy and then everywhere in between. I travel between New York, Miami, and Los Angeles on a regular, and typically I will have that in my book bag as just a piece of equipment that I travel with because it's just so easy to fit inside of the bag. I don't even have to think about it. It is nice that I have the controller and it has the built-in screen. I had the DJI Mini original one, and I hated that I used to have to use my phone, and sometimes if I had an incoming call, I wouldn't be able to see where my drone was flying, and that instance did happen quite occasionally, and that was just a headache. So if you were ever in the market to get a drone, I would suggest to get one that has a controller that has a built-in screen because the overall flight experience is the best thing, way better than anything else. I'm excited about this, as I mentioned, the Ronin. It's a full carbon fiber gimbal. I've bought a couple accessories from Small Rig to try to get everything to kind of flow a little bit better. And then I have the DJI mic setup. I've had this mic setup for a couple weeks now. You guys tell me what you guys think. I think the audio quality is pretty good on it. I haven't had any issues. I can go pretty far and I could still have it connected to the camera. And then I also have a lot of flash equipment that I purchased this year. I went to the Godox atmosphere, so I have a bunch of Godox triggers, Godox like the AD200, the AD400, even, what's this one? This is a 763. This is more for when I'm working. If I'm ever in an abandoned building and I needed a flash, I could get in there and use this instead of using a headlamp or something along those lines. I thought it was a little bit better. I edit a lot of my stuff through Lightroom as far as my photography. I am on the Apple world, so I use Final Cut Pro. If you guys have any questions about anything like my editing style or anything of that nature, I know I'm not anything like crazy right now. I'm looking forward to try to deliver a little bit better of a product for this new year. Hopefully with this equipment that I have here, you guys could see that some type of improvement. If there's any question that you guys have or any type of videos you guys would like to see me make in the future, I have no issue doing. Thanks for viewing. If you guys have any questions, I'm excited to use this equipment. I also have a new bag that I'm excited to use for this new show season, so should be a good year. Thanks to all. Thanks for all the support, man, and peace.